explain about FTA in simple words.
This free trade agreement generally applies to goods as well as the services. But nowadays, we can smoothly make sure the goods are flow between India and other countries.
Why do you think, sir, it has taken around 2 decades for the complete agreement to be taken form?
So with respect to timeline, as time is going on, technology has been changed. We required a certain clarity on agriculture as well as the dairy products.
Indeed, some call it the mother of all deals. Prime Minister, distinguished friend, we did it. We delivered the mother of all deals.
यह सिर्फ ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट नहीं है, यह साझा समृद्धि का नया ब्लूप्रिंट है।
Hello students, you might have heard mother of all deals, Indo-European Free Trade Agreement, and all these terms in use, and you might have got confused. What is this free trade agreement and what is this mother of all deals and all these things. So to have a clear picture, we have Santosh sir with us. He's an expert in polity as well as international relations. Okay, he is a senior most faculty in Amigos, having a wide range expertise on the matters of international relations. So welcome Santosh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for hosting me. And of course, today we'll try our best to enlighten our students with regarding the India-EU deal as well as, if possible, India-US trade deal as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Firstly, what do you think, explain about FTA in simple words, sir.
Sir, it's all about, sir, free trade agreement. For first thing is, this free trade agreement generally applies to goods as well as the services. But nowadays, we are applying that to investment also. So what happens if you make FTA with any one country? Okay, that means we can smoothly make sure the goods are flow between India and other country, and services flow and investment flow also will be very easy, and our products will be less taxation and their products also will be less taxed. Why all this? Because nowadays you know that the world is global economy and the country's integration is inevitable. In this condition we cannot be isolated. Rather than isolation, it is better to be integrated. So that we are making free trade agreement and win-win combination. This free trade agreement always, it should promote win-win. It should enhance our capability and it should not promote dependence on that particular country. Whether that dependence is promoted by India-US deal or not, we will see.
Yes, sir. So, sir has emphasized on win-win agreement, positive sum game. So, if this trade is this much positive sum game and it is about win-win situation, why do you think, sir, it has taken around 2 decades for the complete agreement to be taken form?
So, with respect to timeline, as time is going on, technology has been changed and even regime change also happened. Different governments in EU, EU suffered a major setback of UK going out of the European Union, Brexit. Later, they again reformed their laws. In the same way, India also, we know that 2014 onwards, we are having the same government. Before that, whatever they had talks with EU, and after government changed in India, again we restarted the talks. Number one, political system changed. And the second thing is, we required a certain clarity on agriculture as well as the dairy products. For example, you are from EU, you are representing EU, and you are demanding for greater access for agriculture and dairy products. Why? Because you are surplus with agriculture and dairy products. But India is saying that we cannot allow agriculture and dairy products with unlimited access to India. That will affect Indian farmers and primary sector. You know that farmers are heavily dependent on cyclical employment. If farmers are affected, then purchasing capacity at the rural level will be impacted. And the second thing, with respect to data localization, our norms have been changed. We are more emphasizing on data localization. So, and personal digital data as well. Due to these changing norms, changing regulations, changing government system, it took little time. But anyhow, now finally, we are happy to conclude trade deals with both UK as well as European Union organization, because this will give a leverage to us when we are dealing with US, because we are giving a soft signal that if you are not have a good deal with us, then obviously we have a lot of other platforms such as UK, EU, and recently you know that we are making free trade agreement. It is on the card with New Zealand as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And these political analysts nowadays are claiming that this deal might be a consequence of the trade tariffs and other tactics that are being employed by US. What is your opinion on this scenario, sir?
Actually, we cannot completely discount that effect. There is an effect when Donald Trump is doing some arm twisting with India, and Donald Trump nowadays is trying to do transactional business with India. Previously, we used to have common principles. America democratic country, we are democratic country. That kind of principles used to be there. But now transaction, what you are giving to me and what I will give it to you. So when our relations are becoming that transactional, we should look for some other alternative. So definitely Donald Trump 2.0 government definitely pushed India towards European Union. Not only towards European Union, even it pushed India to attend SEO summit as well. Last year, our Prime Minister visited to China, even though we are having some kind of difference of opinion from Galvan incident. So here, popularly we have to remind one thing. So Henry Kissinger, he popularly said that there are no permanent friends, there are no permanent enemies, only permanent interest.
So how much do you think is this a result of arm twisting, or is it completely for the betterment of Indian industry, or is it beneficial for India as a whole, sir?
Yes, on long-term basis, it is beneficial to India as a whole, but it becomes fast track because of the US attitude. Why it is benefit to India? Here we have to understand one thing. From India-European deal, this free trade agreement, whatever the benefit India is going to get, we are going to get from day one. Whatever our tariffs reduction, everything, our products will be reduced tax. Almost on 99.5% of Indian exports will be get benefited. This is from day zero. But whatever concession we are giving to European, okay, those concession will be given in staged manner. Whether it may be wines from European Union, or automobiles, or cars which are built and assembled in European Union. For them, we are not giving immediate concession. Why we given such kind of timeline? Because meanwhile, our industry will be ready. Our industry will not face shock. We will strengthen our domestic industry so that our domestic industry is also able to compete with the European things. So that is the reason even US officials also claiming that this India-EU deal is going to get much benefit to India.
So apart from this, sir, what are the major sectors in India that will get prosperity, or that will get positive some deal in this whole transaction, and what are the sectors that you think might get dent because of this deal?
So the first thing is our service sector is going to get a big boost because Indian service sector and especially the IT services, they are going to be get more access in European countries. That is one thing. And second thing, with respect to primary sector, especially Indian marine products, okay, like prawns, fish, and even textile products, because Bangladesh and Vietnam, and China, these are some of the countries which are giving competition to India, whether in American market or European market. Now, India will have advantage compared to those countries. This is the second thing. And the third thing is, we may not get direct benefit, but due to this deal, whatever the product we are importing from Europe, especially in our value addition chain, those products are going to get less cheap. Okay. So because of that, obviously, our production cost will be decreased, and it can be helpful to our Make in India project in long run. These are the beneficial one. So regarding the negative sides, the only thing is we have to have a concern regarding the agriculture, whether this European products, whether they indirectly enter into our agriculture sector or not. And second one is regarding the intellectual property rights related to medicine, because some European companies, they claim that their medicine should have intellectual property rights and India should not encourage the generic medicines. So if that is the case, then that particular generic medicine will not be available in India. You know that generic medicines are less expensive compared to branded one. Okay, that may be the case. Apart from that, this India-EU deal more or less is a big win to India, we can say.
And previously, our diplomats used to face criticism that you are not so good in negotiating trade deals with developed and advanced countries. You can do trade deals with smaller countries. You can do it individually, but you won't be part in these multilateral organizations because India has exited RCEP. India is not taking active steps to deal with groups as a whole. But this deal changed the picture.
Yes.
So what do you think is the proactive step that India has taken in this scenario, sir?
So the number one thing, sir, you mentioned just now about RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Why we exited from RCEP? Because in RCEP, New Zealand and Australia, they demanded more access to Indian agriculture and dairy products. And we did not accept that. With respect to India, EU also we did not accept. But this deal was able to happen. That means these kind of deals are reflecting that India is very strong on its strategic autonomy. We are not compromising our strategic autonomy just because of the temporary benefits. So that is the case here. And obviously when developed countries, if they able to respect our strategic autonomy, obviously they are having deals. Like UK, developed country, it respected our strategic autonomy. So because our strategic autonomy is number one, India's interest in our foreign policy. Even if you remember, when we joined with Commonwealth also, we joined in a Commonwealth on only this condition that we never compromise on our strategic autonomy. So now you may get doubts, how we are able to reinforce our strategic autonomy very effectively for last 10-15 years, because we are having strong political system and our Indian brain power. Okay, so we cannot use the brain drain because our intellectuals are across the world. Because of that, we are able to exert soft power, and through culture we are able to exert the soft power. And especially India is taking deal not only in terms of business. For example, with respect to Paris Climate Agreement, India was able to take initiative of International Solar Alliance, and India pledged Panchamrit in COP26. So India is believing in a philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbikam. So our philosophy is aligning with our actions, and we are taking the initiative and we are walking the talk. Because of that, ultimately we are getting that respect what we deserve.
Speaking of strategic autonomy, I immediately remember of Trump and his policies. He's almost seemed to be the counter to our strategic autonomy. At current scenario, we almost seem to be like a villain to our strategic autonomy. What do you think? Is this the main reason for India and US trade deal not going forward?
Actually, because of that only, it got delayed, point number one. And 2 days back, we finalized India-USA trade deal. Regarding that, India and USA, we announced different official statements. But nonetheless, the American government nowadays, it is taking a policy of economic nationalism. Okay, they are projecting excessive nationalism by showing its economic might. And even the second thing is, it tried to use its influence, in geographical influence in North America and South America. It tried to flex their muscles across the globe, especially in fear of China's rise. So during these times, whatever the pressure exerted by USA, we never compromised on strategic autonomy. I'll give you 2 examples. Number one, when we were buying S-400 anti-missile defense system from Russia, America threatened us. They threatened us by, on the name of CATSA, okay, countering American adversaries through Sanction Act. But we did not yield to that. Even recently, when we are buying crude oil from Russia, okay, they threatened, but of course we did not yield to them. But later, we cannot play hard game always. Sometimes, once we get enough benefit from Russian oil, now slowly we started decreasing our Russian oil. Of course, in future again, we can increase it. It's all up to us. So yes, like you asked the question, America's actions are in violation of our strategic autonomy. But here we have to understand, not only with respect to India's strategic autonomy, America's policies, even it is affecting European countries also. That we have seen with respect to Greenland. Okay, that is the reason, if you remember, when American President Donald Trump proposed this, peace boat, okay, major European countries like UK, France, they are the significant absentees from this meeting. Okay, so America is hurting everyone's strategic autonomy. So let's see, how the other countries will react.
Okay, sir. Coming back to European Union Free Trade Agreement, what do you think is the way ahead for India? So immediately, what are the actions that India need to take to get full opportunities and full benefits from the Act?
So the first thing, sir, we have to show to the world that we are a reliable partner with respect to trade deal. That means we should respect whatever we promised with respect to trade deal, point number one. Second is, we have to use this trade deal to encourage our domestic industries, so that one fine day we should be able to play an important role in the global supply chain. Okay, we should never end up like a destination for assembling. We should be able to encourage the value addition production as well. Okay, that should be the case. And we should also use the concept of shore friendly nations. That means, as we are having this trade agreement with the European Union, obviously countries in European Union who are not willing to invest in China, they may like to invest in India. So because of that investment, we can improve our value addition production, just like I mentioned. And this deal we can use to improve our progress in critical technologies, like it may be semiconductors or it may be the advanced AI thing. So in this way, the deal should enable our domestic as well as the deal should able to put India in a good position related to the global supply chain linkage. So that should be the ultimate aim, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. We have discussed comprehensively about India-Europe free trade agreement as well as about US free trade agreement, all these things. And I sincerely feel that this is a profound podcast where we have discussed in and out of many things and very comprehensively. And this might help our aspirants as well. Thank you. And thank you, sir, for your valuable time.
Yes. Thank you so much to all our students and requesting students that please try to give your feedback and please try to give your inputs, like which topics you are looking at Amigos platform or podcast platform. Definitely me and sir will try to explore more topics, especially related to polity as well. Okay, where a lot of new issues are coming up, like recently Supreme Court recognized menstrual right as one of the rights, as a right to life as well as a right to education. These kind of interesting topics we will discuss. It's all about your inputs and your valuable feedback. Thank you so much.
Okay.